I wasn't really going to say anything about this, but when you make the current Formula 1 World Champion do this, then I suppose I've got to say something. Over the last weekend, the virtual 24 hours of Le Mans was run, which turned out not to go so well. Now it's run on rfactor2, which is getting on a bit. So yeah, there was a few problems. 2 red flags caused by DDoS attacks apparently, no rain that was meant to be in there, and multiple disconnections. This being the big event that it is, had loads of really big names in it, including Max Verstappen. He unfortunately was disconnected as well, and he got quite upset about it. He ended up going on a little bit of a tirade, which, you know, I can't blame him for. He's put in hours and hours of his time into this, which is worth an absolute fortune, and he could have been doing loads of other stuff, I'm sure. So he ended up calling it a bit of a clown show, and you know what? I'm not going to disagree with him. So why do you want to speak about this, James? Well, it's all about the company that's running this, Motorsport Games. They own the licenses for so many real-world motorsports, it's untrue. They have the Le Mans, NASCAR, Race of Champions, FIA World Rallycross Championship, Formula E, and the BTCC. They seem to be buying up the licenses for everything. Now, if they're going to run events, proper official events, and stop other people doing that, that's when it becomes a problem, especially if they're running them in the manner they just did at the weekend. I mean, it's not like they're running them out of the goodness of the heart. They charge entry fees for this. I think Jimmy Broadbent said something like £2,000 for an entry? And what, there's like 100 teams? You do the maths. It's a lot of money. And that means they really should be running it right. Put some security on for the DDoS attacks. It's not like this hasn't happened to sim racing events before. And all they've ended up with is the current Formula 1 World Champion saying, I'm going to uninstall this game, and I hope everybody else does too. Which is really not good publicity for motorsport games. They need to get on top of this. They need to get on top of this quickly, because this could be really bad. Sponsors could end up dropping out. People could not want to be associated with rfactor2 anymore. And I know it's old, and I know it needs some development, but this sort of thing, oh, it just shouldn't happen. It really winds me up that a proper professional event has ended up looking like this and making sim racing look stupid, basically. So, if we're not careful, what we'll end up with is a company that owns all the licenses for all the events, but all the software that nobody will play stuff on because it just doesn't work well enough. And that will end up with nobody being able to race any of the good events at all anyway. That was my 2 pence on this situation. It has the possibility of going very sideways very quickly. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and bye for now.